When we were writing the pilot, I've never really talked about this. That pilot was written for Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
Mr. Schue was written for Justin.
On the That's What You Really Missed podcast with host Kevin McHale and Jenna Uskowitz, Glee co-creator and executive producer Ryan Murphy revealed that Justin Timberlake was the first choice to play Mr. Schue.
I don't even think Justin Timberlake knows this, but there was like a 1 week window and talking to his people where I thought maybe he was interested, but maybe that meant we interested in having a script dropped off at his front door. I don't remember.
So that was late 2008, after Justin had brought Sexy back and was still basking in the Grammy-winning glow of Future Sex Love Sounds.
Then it was very quickly like, yeah, Justin is booked for tours through 2013 or something. It's like, okay, no Justin Timberlake.
Now, actually, during that period, Justin was taking a break from music to focus on acting. He started movies like The Social Network, and he did play a teacher in Bad Teacher alongside Cameron Diaz.
Well, if it isn't Professor Smarty Pants.
But in other words, Justin was busy.
Let's see what you got.
Hit it.
Eve did stop by in season 1 to play a rival high school show choir director.
Eve was phenomenal, but
She was.
I
was very starstruck by Eve.
Eve was fierce.
But there was even a bigger musical superstar who was that close to playing that role.
Whitney Houston had agreed to play that part.
Oh.
That actually made it pretty far down the line.
Wow.
And I had a phone call with Whitney about that part.
You talked to Whitney about it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And that's
Explain. What was that conversation
that happened,
like?
Lovely and charming and sweet. I just said, I think you as a teacher would be a great kind of thing for you to play. And she said, I agree. I don't think she was in the right place and time to do it, is all I'll say.
Ironically, it would be during season 3 that the show would do a tribute episode to Whitney after passing in 2012.
How will I know if he really loves me?
She just loved that it was about kids in choir, and she was like, this is phenomenal, like that you're doing a show about show choirs. And, you know, she was in a choir, Whitney.
And Whitney wasn't the only A-list guest star that Ryan tried to incorporate into the halls of William McKinley High School after the show took off.
I spent years trying to write a role for Jennifer Lopez, who's a friend. I could never figure out the right part, and her schedule was... And Anne Hathaway, like there were always people who wanted to do it, but we could never figure out the timing. That I called her one that got away. Like with Anne, I could never... The timing was off. And with Jennifer, we could never find the right part. But it was always... But it meant a lot that people at that level would reach out and say, we see what you're doing, and we love what it's about, and it's cool, and God... You know, what I wouldn't have killed to have been a kid and been able to see something like that on the air.
JT, J-Lo, Anne, Whitney, that's a lot of A-list names to process, I realize. When it comes to Anne, they already had Gwyneth Paltrow in the Glee world, and they probably would have had Anne play a similar role. But yeah, J-Lo would have been fun. Like, can you imagine Jennifer and Naya Rivera having like a musical face-off? That would have been awesome. Of course, Whitney would have been must-see TV. And when it comes to Justin, probably a little ambitious to think that he was going to star in this high school TV show when he was at the height of his fame. But hey, it doesn't hurt to ask. But yeah, what's your reaction to all these almosts that happen on Glee?